Let's move it on. Tennessee Titans versus the Minnesota Vikings. Tennessee Titans 2-0. We saw Ryan Tannehill play pretty well, 4 touchdowns. Then you got Derrick Henry, who's, I mean, you can't really bottle up Derrick Henry, but you can see what the opposing defenses are doing. They're not respecting Tannehill, and they're trying to stop Henry, and you're basically making Tannehill beat them, and Tannehill's been beating them. So let me hit you with projections, David. I actually do have Tannehill as a start this week. I think it's a good matchup. Minnesota's defense is still in transition. Derrick Henry, automatic start every week. AJ Brown. We'll see what's happening with the injury and all that, but I'm a start on Brown. I'm a start on Corey Davis this week. I'm actually a start on Humphreys this week against Minnesota. I don't like the offense. And yes, I'm a start on Jonnu Smith. I love the passing game matchup for Minnesota. Minnesota, look, I still think they're going to be a factor later in the season, but they can't. 0-3 is going to be tough to come back from. So they're going to come out with some fire this week. The offense really isn't hitting on all cylinders yet. It will get there. It's not there at the moment. Kirk Cousins, because of that, I'm a hold. I'm a auto start on Dalvin Cook. The offense will be there for him. Thielen will get snaps and he'll get targets, so I'm a start on him. I'm a sit on everybody else. Take it away, David.
These are like two polar opposite offenses to me because the Titans, they are an offensive juggernaut now, and there's no other way to put it. Going back to last season with Ryan Tannehill under center, they've been a top 5 scoring offense. And we think of them ground and pound, defensive mentality. No, change that perception that you have because this is a juggernaut offense. Across the board, you need to be starting your Titans on a weekly basis. If A.J. Brown, especially if A.J. Brown's out, Corey Davis is got to be in the lineup. Jonnu Smith, got to be in the lineup. Derrick Henry, absolutely got to be in the lineup. Even Ryan Tannehill, he's got to be in your lineup. And Derrick Henry, I think this is a great buy low opportunity because historically we've seen with Henry start slow in the first half of the season, heats up in the second half. He's starting pretty good comparatively to his other seasons. In the first half, he has 0 touchdowns through 2 games. That's not going to continue to happen. He's leading the league in rushing attempts right now. The touchdowns will come. And one sneaky stat that's kind of flying under the radar because it's not popping off the screen, he's got 5 targets through 2 games. 5 targets through 2 games. That's a 40-target pace over 16 games. You know what his career high is in targets? It's 24 last year. So that's almost double his career targets that he's projecting to see over the season. So the receiving numbers, we can see they're going to be higher, most likely projected at this pace than they were in seasons past. The rushing yards are going to be there. They're already there now, which they haven't been in past seasons early in the year. And those touchdowns are going to come. When it comes to be late season, December, cold, Derrick Henry, again, he's probably going to be a top 2 or 3 running back.
And
go get him now if you can get him cheap.
They're patient with him. If he's not getting high yards per carry, this is the anti-Zach Taylor. They will stick.
They will keep feeding him.
They will keep feeding him. They're just fine with 30 carries for 90 yards. They do not care. And they are so efficient. Arthur Smith needs to be a head coach. I can't believe he got passed over. Dating back again to last season, I mean, this is like the most efficient team in the red zone. They play smart. Their defense is good. We haven't even talked about them. I like them. Minnesota, we talked a little bit about the Stephon Diggs and the impact he's having in Buffalo. I think he's having the inverse impact in Minnesota. B.C. Johnson isn't stepping up. Jefferson isn't quite there yet. Will he get there? Yes, he will. But you see the degradation in this offense.
Kirk
they need
Cousins
that second
scored
receiver.
Like negative 50 points this week.
Who was that? Sorry?
Kirk Cousins, he scored
man.
You look at the Scott Fishbowl scoring, he scored negative 20, and my other, he scored like negative 5. So you're avoiding every Viking not named Dalvin Cook and Thielen. And Thielen, you paid for him, you have to start him. But even Dalvin Cook, man, he's been underwhelming. You throw in the injury risk, he's a hold. You can't sell him, but you got to be concerned if you got him right now.
So let me hit you with the line then, David. Tennessee -2 versus Minnesota.
I feel the same way I felt last week. There's something going wrong with the Tennessee Titans spread makers because they didn't give them a good spread against the Broncos. I believe it was, 2 points, 2.5 points. Again, the Vikings, what have they done to deserve being within 2.5 points of the Titans here? I mean, I'm taking Tennessee 2.5 easily, 1,000 times out of 1,000.
So this is I would say like a little bit of a trap game in general. Minnesota, they need to win this game. They're going to come out, I think, on fire. If they were playing a team that wasn't as mature and well coached as Tennessee, I think they'd come in and steal a game. But I like what Tennessee's doing right now. And I've liked it ever since they made that move from Mariota to Tannehill. I've been saying that ever since last year. Like, this offense is good. This offense is good. They're slam dunk starts. They really are. Minnesota's defense still needs to be figured out. I'm not panic on it, but I do think Minnesota starts 0-3. I'm going to take Tennessee to cover the spread. Next.